Hello everyone, Ryan here. Bright. Bright stars Will Smith and Joel Edgerton. And it's an okay movie. It's a decent action movie. Now, it's supposed to take place in some kind of alternate reality, or also, I guess you could also say alternate present day, in which, in this reality, pretty much everything is the same except for the fact that for like the past couple of thousand years or so, humans have been coexisting along with other creatures and beings, such as elves and fairies, orcs, and I don't know, for all I know, like a whole bunch of other different races. And it is like part comedy too, but I would say the comedy tends to lean more towards the dark stuff, the darker side of comedy. So in that respect, I guess it's more accurate to say it's a dark comedy / action movie. Of course, Will Smith, he plays this cop who one day, well, he's partnered up with an orc, and an orc is, I guess you could say, is like similar to an ogre of some kind, but I guess not as big. And but so he's partnered up with this orc, and he's supposed to be like the only orc on the police force, and everyone hates him. Nobody likes him because supposedly a lot of people believe that orcs like secretly want to overthrow all the other races and dominate the entire world or something like that. And which, by the way, there's also like a mention of some kind of very interesting history that goes along with what most orcs believe in. And I actually wanted to learn more about that particular part of this movie. But anyways, so one day Will Smith, he gets shot by some bad guy, criminal. He gets shot, and pretty much he blames his partner, which is this orc guy, because his partner supposedly chased after the guy, and then lost track of him, and then later on, of course, the guy that shot Will Smith was also an orc. So everybody felt like, oh, well, your partner is an orc, and the guy who shot you is an orc. So of course he's gonna let that orc that shot you, he's gonna let him get away. And so his partner is blamed, and which everybody on the force already hated him, and after that, then they hate him even more. And it's a very interesting. I'd say this movie also provides an interesting take on the whole race relations issue. And I don't know. That's what I felt, unless I'm seeing something that really isn't there. But I don't. I think I'm pretty much dead on with that. So anyways, and the rest of the story is pretty much Will Smith and his orc partner. They meet this elf, this female elf. She's protecting a magic wand. She's keeping it from falling into the hands of this other elf who wants to use it for various nefarious purposes, bad purposes. And Will Smith and his partner, do everything they can in order to keep this magic wand from falling into the wrong hands. But then it also ends up, for them it means having to fight against, what's the word? And not only having to fight against street gangs and the FBI, but also they end up having to fight against other police officers who they work with. And so, yeah, naturally it becomes very hard, very difficult for them to protect this wand. And I guess because it's supposed to be like pretty much anybody who possesses this magic wand, they can inevitably use it to do anything they want. And so, I mean, that's pretty much the bulk of this movie. Like I said, it's a decent action movie. There's some pretty cool, interesting action sequences. The special effects, CGI stuff is pretty cool, too. I mean, I definitely like the scenes, that depicted the magic wand being used, like the power of the magic wand being used. I will say the ending for me felt pretty predictable, and I saw it coming like pretty much after the first 20 minutes or so. But also, I don't know unless there's a sequel planned. Like I said, if there is a sequel planned, I want to know more about the history of, the orcs, and also too some of these other beings too, like the fairies and elves, and I'd be more interested in that. They gotta expand on that part if they do make some kind of sequel. So, but otherwise, if it's just gonna be pretty much the same thing, then I really don't see myself watching it. But I mean, as far as the rating goes, I guess I would give it 8 out of 10. So, yeah. And also, too, Will Smith's acting is pretty much okay, decent. I mean, he pretty much acts like you'd expect him to act in this kind of movie, except he's not so heavy on the jokes. Well, actually, there's a couple scenes, and to me, where he tried to inject like some really heavy, intense, serious scenes. He tried to inject his own brand of comedy, and for me, it didn't work. Like, it felt like, like he just wanted something to say, because maybe, the script, or maybe the director or whoever told him, just try ad-libbing something. But yeah, overall, again, it's a decent action movie. Check it out if you got nothing else to watch. Yeah, again, I give it 8 out of 10, so that'll do for my review of Bright. And as always, until next time, well, thanks for watching. And until next time, keep it real, keep on rocking, and peace.